little.
Yoga! Behind me is one of the most talked about hot hatches at this moment in time. It is, of course, the brand new Hyundai i30N. As I said, there's been plenty of talking, but what's it actually like to drive? Well, let's jump in and let's find out. This isn't just any i30N though. This is the performance model, meaning that you get more power, an electronically controlled limited slip differential, bigger brakes as well as bigger alloys that are wrapped in Pirelli P0 tyres for better grip. You also get an active variable exhaust too, so it's got the noise to go with the speed. The price for this car is £28,010, £3,000 more than the standard car. So underneath the bonnet we have a 2 litre turbocharged petrol engine which kicks out 275 PS, which is around 272 brake horsepower, give or take. That's coupled with 353 newton meters of torque, mated to a 6-speed manual gearbox, meaning that you'll hit 62 miles per hour in just 6.1 seconds and continue to a top speed of 155 miles per hour. Which is very good indeed. So I've got it in M mode at the moment, so when I downshift it rev matches for me, but I would have thought there's a way you can turn it off if you'd rather do it yourself. As well as M mode, which puts the car into its most extreme mode, you've also got Eco, Normal, Sport and Custom. This means that you can tailor your settings to your heart's content, a feature you won't be able to enjoy in the Honda Civic Type R. So what does the N actually stand for? Well, it stands for two things, Nürburgring and Namyang, the two places where this car was developed. Oh! Now, a lot has been said about this car, as I'm sure you are aware. And I was very excited to drive this car. Now, I've only got this car for about 10 or 15 minutes, but already this car impresses. And it needs to, as Hyundai has entered a market that is as competitive as it's ever been, and the brand's aim is to go toe-to-toe with the Golf GTI. It even follows a similar approach. Just take a look at its subtle yet muscular body and the interior that's full of little fanfare but designed to be premium. The inside of the i30N also boasts a lot of features, including an 8-inch touchscreen with smartphone connectivity, DAB radio and navigation. You've also got cruise control, climate control, automatic lights and wipers, front and rear parking sensors, electric front seats, autonomous emergency braking, different driving modes, front sport seats, rear parking camera, keyless entry, wireless phone charging, launch control and rear privacy glass. So let's talk about how the car handles. It handles very flat, there's plenty of grip on offer. I haven't been able to get any understeer out of the car just yet. On the brakes, let's thread it through here. On the brakes, again the brakes are sharp, they really feel good. That pedal gives you a lot of feedback, which in a car like this you really do need. On the brakes once more, let's talk about the steering. Steering has got a lovely weight to it. I like the width of the actual steering wheel. It's got a nice meatiness to it. It feels good in the hands. The ride is quite bumpy, but I have got it in M mode. So if I were to bring it into sport or normal, the ride does become a bit more compliant. But you can put a custom mode on. So let me do it now, in fact. So I've got the custom mode on, and for suspension it's a little bit more compliant now. Well, it's still a little bit bouncy, but come on, it's a hot hatch. It's designed to be firm and sporty. Into third, and back on the power. Oh, that gear change is lovely, really nice, snappy, slick, exactly what you want in a hot hatch. Now yes, back to the steering. I got sidetracked a little bit. It's got a nice weight to it. Now, quite often I moan about the weight of steering in modern cars, but in this car, I think Hyundai's got it bang on. The steering is also direct and offers a good amount of feedback, but I suppose this comes as little surprise as one of the men behind the i30N project was Albert Biermann, a chap that used to be the chief engineer in BMW's M division, and I think it's safe to say he knows his way around a decent chassis. Still not really been able to get much understeer from this car. The way how it handles is pretty mega. I'm being told to slow down. You're ruining my fun. Right, okay. On the brakes, change it down in a second. Rev matching for me, it's nice. Oh, that grip is really good. You can feel that back end being dragged around and then lifted off then, a few pops and bangs from the exhaust as well. Which may not be to everyone's tastes, but I do rather like it. This car is really, really good. I can really see why a lot of people have said that they'd rather have this than a Golf GTI into third. Oh. Now, would I rather have this or a Golf GTI? Oh, it's a difficult one. The GTI has more badge appeal and a greater heritage, but the i30N certainly makes a compelling case. It's cheaper and it's more powerful. Oh, it's a difficult one. What would you have, guys? Let me know by taking part in the poll in the top right hand corner. Is there any turbo lag? Well, none that I can detect so far. If there is, it's going to be quite minimal. Oh, this car is incredible. And to think this is Hyundai's first stab at making a hot hatchback. Their first effort, and this is what they've created. The only problem with making such a great car at the first time of asking is that when they need to replace this car or make another performance car, the expectations are going to be so high. So this car is brilliant, but Hyundai has now given themselves a problem for next time they want to make a car, because it's going to have to match this car. And frankly, that won't be easy. Hyundai, if you're watching this, I need to have this car for longer. I need to give it a more thorough review. A, because I've enjoyed this drive so much, and B, this car needs to be explored so much more because it is simply fantastic. Now, I don't like to use this phrase too much as it often gets overused, but the i30N really is a game changer, and it's certainly shaken up the hot hatch world as we know it. Watch out, there's a new kid on the block, and he comes from Korea. Is it as good as what everyone else says it is? In my opinion, yes, it is. I would of course need this car for longer to do a more thorough review, but in my short drive, the i30N, it's amazing. It really is. And like I said earlier, to think that this is Hyundai's first crack at making a hot hatch, then God only knows what the future holds for the Korean brand, but fantastic stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe for more car obsession.